Good afternoon, Falcons fans. My name is Patrick Seals, and welcome to Week 16 edition where I rate how disappointing the Atlanta Falcons are. We just played a very snowy and dreary game in Buffalo, New York, and sadly, as you can see, we took an L. We took a loss. I'm wearing my sad shades, my sad hoodie, and this is my sad voice because we lost. We took a beat down today. Matt Ryan specifically, he got kicked around, pushed around, beat up, smashed all around, just pummeled underneath the grass and the earth. Matt Ryan had 5 sacks today, and he looked pathetic. He had a costly taunt. Oh, man, Matt Ryan. Sometimes your ego and your pride gets the best of you, and today was definitely one of those occasions where you could have just kept your mouth closed and just got at the 1 yard line. Sheesh, man, why? Somebody always told me, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, you should say it very loudly. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, you should yell it from the top of the mountains and say what's on your mind. And apparently, Matt Ryan took advice from the same person I did, and it ended up costing us 15 yards and a touchdown. And of course, we turned the ball over on downs, and we didn't end up with no points to end that particular drive. But I must say, to start the game off, this was a doozy. This is a weird, bizarre game after the Georgia Bulldogs just clinched our ticket to the national championship game against Alabama. They just kicked and pummeled around Michigan, so it's only fair the other Georgia team that's playing meaningful football in the month of January, they get pummeled by the Buffalo Bills. Now, of course, I have a particular family member who is a big fan of both the Michigan Wolverines and the Buffalo Bills, and I told him that only one of my teams are going to win this week. Only one of them. And it just so happened it was the Georgia Bulldogs, and I'll take that victory, the Georgia Bulldogs, over these Atlanta Falcons, taking an L today that essentially kicked us out of the playoffs, which I've been saying we do not need to make the playoffs at all, because as we all see, we continue to be winless against playoff teams. We do not have a W against quality. Nobody. All the teams we beat have been the Jets, the Jaguars, the Lions, and so forth. We beat the Panthers and the Saints. They're division rivals, so they don't really get a pass. Everybody else, we don't have a quality win. We don't. Unlike those Georgia Bulldogs who knocked off those number 2 ranked Michigan Wolverines, the Atlanta Falcons, they cannot beat a playoff team. So sadly, I don't have to worry about going live when we play in the playoffs, because we won't be going to the playoffs this year. But I will be going live when the Georgia Bulldogs take on those Alabama Crimson Tide on January 10th. Whatever the date is, mark your calendars. This Patrick Seals will be going live for that event, that humongous occasion, the rematch, as it shall be called, the rematch of rematches. It's the SEC world, baby. Get used to it. So back to these Atlanta Falcons. Today was a jury day for the Atlanta Falcons. My level of disappointment is easily, I say it's at a 5. My level of disappointment is at a 5 because I predicted us to lose this game. I knew that we did not have a chance in winning this game whatsoever, seeing as how we was playing not only in Buffalo, but it was also 25 degrees, which means there was small white flakes falling from the sky, and people were slipping and sliding. Pitts had a hamstring injury because of how cold it was out there, but unfortunately the Falcons, they didn't get any close to satisfying my itch for football to this week. They didn't, because Matt Ryan had 13 completions for 23 attempts. He had 197 yards. He was averaging 8.6 yards a throw. He had no touchdowns, no interceptions. He was sacked 5 times, and he had a QB passer rating of 84.7. So again, Matt Ryan didn't have a touchdown or an interception. That's because he was getting sacked the majority of the game. He had 5 sacks, and if he wasn't getting sacked, he was getting thrown around and passed around like he was Buffalo Bills poor for the night. This is a terrible game for Matt Ryan. Particularly, he didn't have a touchdown. The only person who did have a touchdown for the Atlanta Falcons was Mike Davis, who I've had very strong criticism for this entire season. He has progressed throughout the season, but today he did have a boneheaded mistake where he just bobbled the ball around on 3rd down, and he couldn't catch it. He couldn't haul it in, even though it bounced off his face, his shoulder pads, his kneecaps, everything. But he just bobbled it around and bounced to the ground. And we ended up punting on 4th down, man. This is Mike Davis essentially balled up into one microcosm of mistakes. He had 8 carries for 42 yards. He was averaging 5.3 yards a carry. He had 1 touchdown, like I said. So collectively, our offense only had 96 yards rushing. Our offense only had 96 yards rushing when it took Quadri Ellison, Cordell Patterson, Mike Davis, and occasionally Matt Ryan to all equal up to 96 yards. When you combine that of Devin Singletary for the Buffalo Bills, he had 23 carries for 110 yards. He was averaging 4.8 yards a carry, and he had 2 touchdowns. So Devin Singletary handily beat the Atlanta Falcons by himself. He didn't need anybody else's help. After Josh Allen had threw 3 interceptions for the Buffalo Bills, Devin Singletary said, "Give me the ball, and I will continue our success down these Falcons' throats." Because totally, our defense gave up 233 yards rushing today. That's right, I shall repeat that again. Our defense gave up 233 yards rushing today, while in total, they gave up 351 yards and 118 yards through the air. So, of course, they kept Josh Allen in check through the air, but he didn't have to worry about that because he had a running back who was going to have a monster game. Now, compare that to our team, which only had 265 yards total. Matt Ryan had, like I said, 197 yards passing, but unfortunately, he had 5 sacks, which erased 30 yards off his throwing, which he only had. Total offense only had 160 yards passing, and of course, we only had 96 yards rushing. So totally, this game can be thrown in the trash immediately and never spoken of again. Oh man, I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this nice Orange Bowl shirt, and every time I see my cousin Jakarta Seals, I'm gonna put that Orange Bowl shirt on, and I'm gonna laugh and point at him. Anytime he gets me slightly aggravated, I'm gonna get an Orange Bowl shirt from when the Georgia Bulldogs played the Michigan Wolverines 34-11, because unfortunately, he can't get a shirt about today because this game has no meaning on the larger picture of football when the Buffalo Bills beat the Atlanta Falcons today 29-15. Again, I'm going to get my Orange Bowl shirt, and every time I see Jakarta Seals, I'm going to put that Orange Bowl shirt on and laugh because he cannot get a shirt signifying for today's unfortunate loss again. These Atlanta Falcons, they continue to lose and disappoint you even though you don't expect them to. But we did have a sliver of hope today. I didn't think that we had any chance of winning, but we did have a small sliver of hope. Because like I said, we got a safety to start the game off. We got a safety on special teams. The special teams made a play on the ball. And the Buffalo Bills, they fumbled it on a punt return, and they ended up getting a safety. Now, of course, our offense didn't do anything with the ball once we got the safety, but we did force Josh Allen to throw 3 interceptions. Let's see. We had AJ Terrell with an interception today, Foye Oluokun with an interception today, and Damon Harmon with an interception today. So Josh Allen, being the extraordinary talent he is, trying to extend plays on every decision that he can, he makes boneheaded decisions, and he throws the ball to the Atlanta Falcons players. Now, of course, 2 of those passes were tipped in the air, but there could have been plays that could have been avoided. But unfortunately, we really couldn't do anything with those interceptions. We couldn't get touchdowns or anything like that. We just took time off the clock and took the hopes out of our hearts. So I would say the most disappointing player for the Falcons today will have to be Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, just because that taunting mistake, that taunting, just wrong place, wrong time, just shut your mouth, get back to the huddle and do it again, because we thought that it was a touchdown. It should have been a touchdown to me. He slid in there, but he was down at the 1-yard line, so call reverse. Throw in the flag on top of that. We lose 15 yards. We're at the 16-yard line, and we turn the ball over after that. So you tell me. I think Matt Ryan's the most disappointing player today. My level of disappointment was at a 5 because I predicted us to lose this game, making me 10-6 on the season. But overall, this is a terrible day. Kyle Pittsky had a hamstring injury. Like I said, he had only 69 yards on 2 receptions today on 4 attempts. So, of course, he did break the 1,000 yards receiving. First time for a rookie for the Atlanta Falcons in a long time. Moved him so closer to breaking Mike Ditka's rookie receiving yards all time. So, terrible day for the Falcons. Can't wait to forget about this. Kyle Pitts had a hamstring injury. Matt Ryan cost us the game. The defense continued to give up the most yards they've ever given up in a season. And can't forget about the offensive line giving up 5 sacks today. Matt Ryan got pummeled, smashed, and passed around today. And hopefully we can forget about this game. But we can't forget about, again, the Georgia Bulldogs winning the Orange Bowl. Congratulations to them. Rest in peace to Dan Reeves. He passed away over the weekend. Him being the first coach to take the Atlanta Falcons to the Super Bowl and to do the Dirty Bird en route to that Super Bowl loss against the Denver Broncos. Of course, John Madden also passed away. A tremendous mark on my life, playing just about every Madden game that's ever come out. and asking him for his guidance on every decision I made when I was playing Madden. Of course, rest in peace to Betty White, who also passed away over this weekend. It's been a weekend. We celebrate the new year. It's 2022. Congratulations to everybody who made it. I wish we could have left these Atlanta Falcons in 2021, but unfortunately, we taking them with us. We just gonna continue to hope for the best, man. Y'all like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what y'all think is the most disappointing player, person, moment of this weekend. Tell me how proud of you of these Georgia Bulldogs, man. Y'all subscribe to the Comedy Hustle LLC Patreon. Subscribe to the Comedy Hustle LLC Patreon. My name is Patrick Seals. I see you when I see you. Peace.